Hey guys, good morning. So I'm back with an interesting video. So before getting into what's the main topic of discussion today, I just want to furnish you a small statement. Guys, the workplace which is filled and driven with employees who have positive attitude, then the workplace will vibrate continually with the tune of service excellence and passionate team success. Guys, working in team doesn't mean I will, along with other colleagues, you're working together for a completion of what particular project, but it is your group of people working together with trust, respect, and care. That's all makes what team spirit is. So, coming back to our topic of morale, when we have been learning about morale, about definition of morale, the symptoms of low morale and high morale. We also got furnished through information about measurement for the evaluation of morale. Now, after getting the results, what is the management liable to do? So, after all the measures which we have taken for the evaluation of morale, we get results like which employees have been, are depressed with low morale and which employees have high morale. So if at most all the employees have low morale, then the company is liable to take few steps which enables them to increase their morale. So today our main topic of discussion is the methods of improving morale, which an employer is responsible and is liable to take enough in order to increase the morale of the employees working under him. So guys, improving morale plays a vital role for an employer because he should be very cautious enough and he should act so tactfully that he is not directly increasing the morale, but indirectly through his actions he need to influence the employee working under him. And that's the tough task which each and every manager should actually have and should actually take. So for the employees, you have so many aspects which you feel deprived of and your morale gets reduced in. So these are the following measures which each and every company should take, and now few MNCs also been practicing these techniques, and even few organizations who find their employees with low morale have to practice these techniques in order to increase the morale of the employees working. So I have thought of giving you 14 long steps because each and every organization, I cannot say that this particular technique is so much suitable for them. So it depends upon the organization, that is your size of the firm, your composition of the firm, at the same time which type of business you're actually dealing with. So I have listed out and made a list of 14 points, and today we are going to discuss all these 14 points in detail. So the first point would be regular feedback of performance. Guys, you've been for all the employees have been working and striving so hard each and every day, and there is no feedback for their performance. Each and every employee working in an organization wants appreciation. That point of appreciation will increase their motivation, will increase their morale, will increase, even if they feel stress, it will increase the stamina to do more. Because, once you appreciate, that's not gonna harm you guys. For the employees is the main reason. That's not gonna harm you. Just a few words to praise him or a few incentives to praise him, that might make a big difference in increasing morale of the employees. I'm not saying don't keep regular supervisory checks on them, but try to learn about what is the actual performance of them in the working hours. Because when you give regular feedback from your side, like from the CEO or from the MD, the person working gets inner motivation from within. Guys, appreciation costs you no money, guys. It's just the words which you praise, the words which you use to praise an employee, that makes a huge difference. So the second point would be open communication. Guys, when an organization is so rigid enough and so sophisticated enough, the employees don't feel them being secured in a place. They might have a fear of insecurity of the job, but they're not secured enough. Guys, secure doesn't mean a physical protection which you give them. It is the freedom which you give them. Guys, in an office, you need to have an open communication, because when there is no open communication, the employees working feel rigid and uncomfortable there. See, when you have an open communication, they tend to share thoughts with people. And guys, for the employers, for using this technique, you also have an edge of knowing what exactly the employee wants from the organization. So that's your main motive behind this. So for an open communication, the employees will have a freedom to speak to the other colleague sitting right beside him, and he can share the attitudes, he can share his feelings, he can share his work experiences with regards to your environment in the organization or any such stuff with regards to organization. So that is the most important role, because when you have open communication and when you're so much being burdened with work, you actually try to share the load with the other colleague sitting right beside. So stress relieving happens there in an open communication plot. So this is the most effective idea which each and every company should actually practice and keep in profession. So the third point is job enrichment. Guys, management should try to provide everyone in order to enhance and enrich their knowledge. So you need to give them ideas to create new products or to develop new techniques to complete a project very quickly. So that might enhance their brain also. Okay, it enables their brain to think so much. I have to complete this task within 10 minutes, and I have to he tends to find so many various ways in order to complete the project. So that will be helpful both for the increasing productivity, at the same time it will increase the morale. Because guys, when you give them an opportunity to prove themselves, all the employees try to grab that opportunity, and that's the most important way where you increase the morale of an employee working under you. So think over it. That's the most important task which each and every employer have to pose on an employee. Then coming to appreciative inquiry. Guys, every person has its own strengths, weakness. Every person has their own positive aspects and negative aspects. The culture of the organization should be should be transformed in such a way that if one person is doing very well in the organization, you have to praise them without any jealous. Jealousy plays a vital role in the environment, guys. It happens with all the human beings out there, because we find if some person is more capable than us, we tend to have the jealousy feeling with us. But why, guys? When the person is trying to prove himself, even you try to prove yourself. Rather having a negative attitude called jealousy, show a positive attitude. Yes, even I can prove more than him. So try to outdo yourself than others. That's the most important task which employees should have. Then change in work environment. Guys, the most difficult aspect of an organization is changing work environment. Because you've been habituated to one particular place and you're working for such a long hours. Change in environment doesn't mean you're shifting your organization from a physical place to another place. This includes not only providing proper and appropriate infrastructure, but also strengthening internal relations. Guys, there must be an establishment of cordial relationships in the organization, guys. That is change in environment. Suppose if the leader is so autocratic, try to mend him how to be democratic. The people says first. What the people says, I'm going to listen. Irrespective, he makes a second thought whether it is suitable for the organization or not. But still, the autocracy shouldn't be in an organization. Because when you feel so much domination from the higher ups, you tend to have low morale with you, because that acts as a moral depressant to you. You don't want that to happen in the organization. So that is change in work environment. Not only with infrastructure, how much ever you provide proper working conditions, proper lighting, proper AC, that doesn't mean you're making a change in environment. It means the internal relations, the bonding of the internal relations in the organization. Coming to your sixth most important point is incentive for higher performance. Guys, when all the employees have been allocated with the same job, then you have to take an initiation to praise the person whose performance is very high. Suppose you wanted for an organization your productivity is 120% a day, try to give an incentive for the person who is having 120%. So at the point of doing or giving incentives to these particular people will also enhance other employees and creates a competitive spirit between the employees. Like, okay, see, today suppose this X person has got an incentive for performing higher productivity in the organization. Next time that would create a competitive spirit with the rest of the employees working also. So then the employees try to work very hard, and there are possibilities. There's an MNC which has given 10 team leaders for all the team, including their teams, the incentives, because all the 10 teams along with the competitive spirit has performed so well and increased the productivity of the organization only with a point called competitive spirit. So that's also an effective way in order to improve morale. So the seventh most important point is micromanaging. How many of you guys know what is micromanaging? Guys, micromanaging is like, suppose you have so many employees working under you. Micromanaging is a system where you actually have a control over the organization. It's like you regularly supervise, you regularly not motivate, but you regularly go to the employees and say about their performance. You do it on a daily routine basis, and that is micromanaging. You need to avoid micromanaging if you want to increase the morale of an employee working in your organization. Guys, employees should be provided with overall vision, broad objectives, broad plans, strategies which an organization has to follow, and you have to tell them that you have to work accordingly to fulfill these objectives. But you shouldn't do regular checkups. It's like how do I say, you strict and rigid supervision shouldn't be there. You're retaining your employee's talent, guys. When you strictly supervise a person, he says, okay, that guy is doing, so I have to work. That point of perception shouldn't come or shouldn't reinforce in the person's mind. Because have supervision, but monthly once or weekly once, but not a very strict supervision. And at the same time, you need to have adherence to the detailed schedule. You give them a schedule and ask them to follow, and say them, yes, you are there to follow these rules and regulations. And routine work should also be skipped, guys, because micromanaging also contains your routine work. Guys, as an employer, when you post so much work and on a daily basis, the employee gets frustrated because he also has so many domestic responsibilities outside. He isn't just working only for the organization. So we also have to take into consideration on a basis of humanity, guys. So you need to avoid micromanaging, and this micromanaging destroys so many employees leaving from the organization. The system of senior most experienced people also leave the organization only because of micromanaging. So you need to avoid micromanaging. Then flexible working hours is your, it's not exactly that the working hours should be changed. It's like flexible working hours is the time schedule of various employees working. You need to have flexibility. Like, you need to allot them or assign them a project and ask them to complete. And you need to frequently change the working hours. You need not have a fixed working hours. Yes, you need to report the office at 9 o'clock and you have to leave the office by 6 o'clock. And if there is an extra work, you have to stay in the office till 10 o'clock. You are literally congesting a person to work in your organization. Then how come that becomes a motivation for an employee to retain in your organization? There should be flexible working hours along with the OTs and incentives, but still you need to give them time to settle comfortably and start the project with a fresh mind. Guys, when the employer wants your productivity, and when the employer poses a strict working hours to them, they get frustrated. They have so much stress on their brains, saying, yes, I have to complete this work. You have a rigid supervision. How do you think the employee will be capable enough to develop innovative ideas? So there the person lacks there. As an employee, you are lacking there behind. So you need to have a flexible working hours. it will motivate the employee, increase their morale, and it also increases their efficiency also. So, while imposing a technique, you also have to think about the advantages and disadvantages which is imposes on the employees working for you. Guys, employees are the human resources which are the assets to your organization, and without them as an organization, you are nothing. Even in a one-person company, you are nothing without the employees working for you. One person solely cannot take the responsibility. But when you have so many people under you, you need to govern them very cautiously, very keenly. So coming to the ninth point is rotation of jobs. Guys, one person working at the same job for a longer period of time, sometimes there might be a problem of demoralizing the employee. You actually have to rotate. Rotation of jobs means you're shifting of the jobs in the same cadre, but you're just changing the position of the person. They might be enrichment of knowledge. At the same time, he might get he might equip with diverse skills and knowledge of the same in the same department. So that develops, like, for suppose in future you need not hire a trainer. It's like you need not hire a person as a fresher to this organization. You can ask the person who has done all these jobs in the same department, you can ask him to train the other person. So that becomes a cost efficient point to you. So rotation of jobs will increase the motivation of an employee, because you are giving and equipping him with so much diverse skills and knowledge and expertise too. Then imbibing diversity. Guys, management of the organization should imbibe diversity itself. Imbibing is you're inculcating in your organization. You need to diversity doesn't only mean with the type of jobs you do, but also with the people you mend with the people you cooperate with. So each and every place you need to imbibe diversity from the environment. You can't stereotypically state that, no, I just wanted those people. I just want this cadre of people. You are no person to say that. They have their rights to work. So you need to imbibe diversity. Suppose you have a low cadre position, but still you have a high cadre position, and for that high cadre position, you will have employees with high expertise. Sometimes you will have person with medium expertise. So that is imbibing diversity. You have so many people with diverse skills, and their hobbies also comes under these diverse skills. So that's the most fetching point both for an employer at the same time an employee. So the 11th important point is practicing fairness and consistency. Guys, practicing fairness is when a leader is being assigned to a team. It's the responsibility of the CEO or the MD to state to the leader saying that this team is assigned with the project, and as a team leader he need to have a fairness judgment over these employees. Not only as a leader, even the CEO himself should have fairness and consistency. Guys, if an employee is working so hard and he wanted to his performance is increasing day by day, you need to make that appreciation. And there is no point of bias and preconceived assumptions over here. You need to boycott these both, bias and preconceived assumptions. Guys, who have we to assume things? You have been assigned as the head of this team only because of your knowledge and expertise, and one's knowledge and expertise will be proven when only he has a fairness judgment and a consistent improvement in all the employees. Guys, having so much knowledge and expertise but still you lack in judging people, or judging people according to their bias, and you breed nepotism in the organization, then what is the use of having so much of knowledge and expertise in you? The company has built up that trust and appointed you as a leader, then you have to be fair enough in order to judge the employees working under you, because your judgment depends on the performance. At the same time, your judgment will also deprive their lives. So don't have that personal politics in a company, guys. You all are working for common objective. So work like it. You need to have consistency in your opinions. You need to have fairness in your judgment. You need to give your judgment very accurately and very efficiently. Though your personal relation, suppose if your relation is in your team, if he is not performing well, try to deprive him also. Exactly deprive. Try to, like, not degrade him, but tell him in a fine manner, in a pleasant manner. But don't try to pretend saying that no, the person has done very well, irrespective of him doing his job perfectly. So coming to the 12th point is leading by example. This is for all the CEOs and all the directors, all the leaders of the teams. Guys, lead by example. See, you have crossed this position and have reached that position, right? You were also an employee of the organization once upon a time. Now you've been assigned as a leader or as a CEO or as an MD. You have reached this position because you crossed all these hurdles from below. So you know what all plights you have experienced in this era of reaching from bottom to the top position. So try to tell your experiences to the people, because your experiences might become lessons for the people and they don't commit such type of mistakes. So that's what you are leading people with your example. Guys, some people say, no, I don't tend to give people examples because they try to copy me. I really don't understand when they try to replicate you as their role model or any stuff as such. You have to feel more appreciated for yourself. You can actually, that's not apprehending, but it's like you can put your position like, yes, not only the celebrities, but also I can be a role model for the employees working under me. So lead by example, guys. Tell your examples. Yes, even when I was working as an employee in the organization, there was lots of depressants to me. I was affected with low morale, but still I have been developed of my low morale to high morale, because I've been you say them your experiences. Like, yes, I crossed all these hurdles and tried to prove myself with innovation and creativity. That's gonna be your example to your juniors. So that's the most important point, and this point should be practiced and preached in each and every organization, guys. We are not superior to our own people. We might be superior in our position, but not by heart. So this is the most important statement which each and every organization has followed. Then there will be no rivalry between the employees working in the organization, and there will be no breeding of nepotism in the office. Then your 13th point is encouraging of meaning of work. Like, you need to encourage to mind. It's like, guys, you have been assigned with a work, and that work should have a meaning. I know most of the, I'm not stereotyping, but I'm saying most of the employees' main motivation is the remuneration or the salary which they receive. But still, guys, more than remuneration, you also have to love the work which you do. When you love the work which you're actually doing, then you tend to have an inner confidence. Yes, I love the work and I'm getting paid off for that. So that's the type of impression which each and every employer should create to the employee. Then coming to the 14th point is spirituality at workplace. Guys, how many of you believe spirituality? See, this is an open question. See, I won't be able to disclose my opinion because, there are lots of criticism. So I'm not going to disclose. But still, for all the people who believe spirituality, please give them a chance in an organization. Guys, as we are human beings, we tend to have a fright for each and every small thing, guys. So our own beliefs should be respected in an organization, right? So if I believe Lord Rama, then I have an attitude, okay, if anything happen, I'll pray to Lord Rama so that he will clear my problems, and that's a different story, and I'm not going to speak about spirituality anymore. I'm telling, like, all the employers have to respect all the religions which they come, because, guys, India is a secular country, guys. You can't discriminate people by their religion, by their caste, by their creed. This is and even by the gender, and that is what law says. And for all the employees who have been deprived of all these rights, you can actually file a petition in the court. And this is small tip exactly, because I find even today we are living in 21st century, guys, but still I find many organizations is like, not many, but I can actually count on my fingertips. So there are organizations which wants only one type of religion to join, or which wanted only one cadre or one caste people to join in the organization. They still have this caste discrimination. And guys, India is so much rich in diversity and secularism. Please don't make India a poor country by doing all such sorts of discrimination. So we have completed with what are the main techniques which a company should practice in order to increase the morale. Guys, employees engagement is not the function, but employees engagement is employee engagement is assumed as a most important part of morale. Guys, we need to interact with the employees. They are working for us, so we have a right, and also they also have a right to speak to us about their grievances. And when research studies also suggest that employee engagement, you need to have you need to engage your employees with your cordial relationships, with your talks, and sometimes you have AGMs and GMs. These are official meetings, but try to have an informal meeting with your employees. You might know where your employer or where the organization is lacking behind, if at all it is lacking, you have employees to state it to you. So employees engagement at work is most important, and it also increases the morale. So when you give respect to other people's opinions and feelings and attitudes about your organization in a positive sense, that itself makes the entire organization in a very fruitful manner. Guys, when all the employees working in an organization have a positive attitude, and they trust each other, they try to cooperate with each other, then automatically there will be no point of low morale, and you'll have high productivity, you'll have high motivation in the organization, you'll have all the employees speaking positively towards your customers, you can enhance your reputation and goodwill in the organization. So morale plays a most important role in an organization. Guys, you don't underestimate what an employee can do towards me and all that stuff. Guys, employee can do anything. Employer is also very much important. But morale is morale is an important factor. Guys, in wars, like we have World War I and World War II. So in these two world wars also, morale plays an important role. And morale was an important factor for the greatest success in these wars also. So by this we have completed the chapter of morale, and in my upcoming video we are gonna know about staff remuneration, the most motivating factor of all the employees or for all the people working in various organizations. Guys, today being May 3rd, it's World Laughter Day. So our most favorite comedian Charlie Chaplin had stated, a day gets wasted without you being smiled or without your laughter. So don't waste your day without smiling. Start every day with a fresh smile, and that's a fresh beginning to very new projects. Thank you, and stay tuned for the upcoming video.